And totally. That's not the case, chatter. I don't know if you're fucking, memeing or not, but do you think that maybe the people who call you anti-Semitic are just receiving a lot of hate from outside of your community, but because you guys advocate for Palestinians, that it all gets wrapped together? I'm sure that's part of it, yes. And there are people in this community that are also sending hate towards both Ethan and everyone else that they perceive as being in support of Israel. The problem is, if you're not in support of Israel, then say so and don't center the conversation around people that are yelling at you because they perceive you as being in support of Israel, because that is a cycle that literally turns around and ends up justifying what those people, not saying that I'm justifying it, but in their minds, it ends up justifying what they were saying to begin with. Like, it should not. This is something that I say all the time from my own personal experience. Naysayers and people who yell at you for being, for not sufficiently being pro-Palestine, okay? People yell at me about that too. People yell at me all the time about that. Has that changed the dynamic? Have I spent a lot of time? When I left the DNC, the day before I got kicked out for being fucking too pro-Palestinian, okay, there was a person outside the DNC who knew who I was and yelled at me. He said, "You're a fucking traitor." I walked up to him in the moment. I got heated. I went straight to his face. And I said, "What the fuck are you talking about? You think I'm your enemy? I'm not your enemy." People in my community wanted to yell at him. I went back and I told them not to do so. Because at the end of the day, while his anger towards me was misguided, his heart was in the right place. Because he was still outside of the DNC protesting against the Democratic Party for funding and facilitating a genocide. Okay? That's it. That is the attitude that I expect from every single person. If I can do it, you can too. Okay? I'm so moved by what you said the other day about Motaz. Could I say this to Motaz's face? Is what I'm doing right by him? This is the way. Look to our screen. Hear this man's words. How do we do right by this man than those he's lost? Exactly.
لازم هذه المحاكمة تكون أمام العالم كله. يجيبوا واحد في البيت كان حامل مسدس.
Can you think of a future? What do you think of the future right now?
إن شاء الله هنعمر البيت.
We will rebuild our house and remain in our home. May God grant us patience with the good and the painful memories. I'm going to skip certain parts of this now because, as you might have understood, the situation is identical to what it was pre-October 7 as it is to post-October 7. The only difference, of course, post-October 7 is that the carnage and the destruction and the scale and magnitude has gotten unimaginably worse. So here's the part that I think is important.
We saw the leader of Hamas earlier today, and so again, they want to send a message to the world that Hamas is in control of Gaza and that the leaders are not in hiding.
Yes, so this is, again, from 2021. This is after a 2-week-long bombing campaign that Biden personally ended with a singular phone call to Benjamin Netanyahu. They see Yahya Sinwar walking down the street, as he is known to do. They ask, just days after an assassination attempt on him, he's walking around on the street. They ask, can we do an interview with you? He says, I'll get back to you. And then he says, yes.
In public, Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar is defiant. He spent 22 years in prison for killing 2 Israeli soldiers and has survived multiple assassination attempts.
We've just received a phone call from the office of Yahya Sinwar, who's the leader of Hamas. Now, he very rarely gives interviews, especially on camera, so we're headed over there now to see whether he'll talk to us. You had a long list of demands for Israel for you to stop firing rockets. And those lists of demands included for Israeli police and forces to leave Al-Aqsa, for the people in Sheikh Jarrah, for their homes to be protected.
Now, this is important to contextualize because Hamas rockets, if you ask pre-October 7th, if you ask mainstream media coverage, if you ask Israeli society, Hamas rockets are unprompted, right? They're just like violent barbarians who are lobbing rockets over the fucking Gaza boundary into Israel, and it is relentless, it's merciless, and there's no reason for it. Now, this, of course, like Hind Hassan's framing of this question, okay, will perhaps help you understand it if you didn't catch it. Most of those rockets are an act of retaliation after the leadership structure of Hamas, for political reasons too. They want to present themselves as different from the Palestinian Authority in the eyes of the Palestinian public in the West Bank. Those rockets come after threats made by Hamas to stop Israel, and those are reasonable demands, by the way, to stop Israel from brutalizing Palestinians in either Sheikh Jarrah, which was the neighborhood in contest in 2021 that Israel was like mercilessly conducting occupation campaigns on, or beating the shit out of people who are making the trek to Al-Aqsa Mosque to pray. It's not a mistake that this always happens in the same time every fucking year. In the West Bank and in Jerusalem, Israel brutalizes Palestinians severely. They do this as a way to remind them that Israel occupies this land. This has happened every single year, way before October 7, 2023. Okay? Hamas tells them not to do so. They do it anyway, and then they lob rockets, and then Israel turns around and conducts a campaign that they call mowing the lawn. That's what it's called. Okay? This is important context to understand. Just like the top of the hour comes at the top of every hour, you have to understand that context as well. You no longer want to see those ads. All you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for free with a Twitch Prime. Here's the 3-minute ad right now. Let's continue.
And also for the blockade of Gaza to be lifted. None of these have actually been...
No one knows racing like we do. Tune into the action at the U.S. Grand Prix in Austin. Sunoco, official partner of Stake F1 team Kick Sauber.
Don't give up. Your tears are painted from the colors that form the rainbow where I will cross. I will always live in the brightness that is in the sky and reflected in your eyes. You inherit the legacy of my secrets. Now you will transmit it, and that will make us eternal. Thank you for remembering me. La Costeña. Flavor never dies.
Class-leading safety features at every turn. The Hyundai Tucson. Get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. See your Colorado Hyundai dealer.
Look who's joining us for my favorite part of the day.
Cheerios are his love language.
Well, yeah, they can help lower cholesterol.
Okay.
I love it. My love language is Portuguese. I don't understand it, but I love how it makes me feel.
Gaza was bombarded. But also we know that Hamas fired rockets into civilian areas in Israel and also killed people and children, not on the same scale as Israel, but that did happen. How do you respond to that? They are also
The dynamic, by the way, might be familiar to you. The dynamic might be familiar to you. One thing that I used to jokingly mention all the time is, like, if you want to fucking even out the playing field, give him targeting systems. Give him a fucking Iron Dome. I've been a pro give Hamas an Iron Dome far before October 7th. Okay? Far before. They can be precise. I'm sure if given the opportunity, they wouldn't want to fucking shoot civilians. They would want to fucking shoot direct military bases. Those are the guys who are bombing them. This video was, of course, conducted far before October 7th. There's no way that any Western journalist could enter Gaza post-October 7th, so.
allegations of war crimes.
Also, there's no building standing in Gaza, so that could maybe clue you in on this. Iran is precise, Hezbollah is precise, they target military? Yeah. Well, not because of some, like, moral reason. It's just logical. Hello? It's logical. Random civilians aren't the ones that are directly killing you. It's soldiers that are killing you. So yeah, if given the opportunity, if you were like, oh, would you target a military base or would you target civilians? Yeah, of course they would target the military bases. Israel, which possesses a complete arsenal of weaponry, state-of-the-art equipment, and aircraft, intentionally bombs and kills our children and women. And they do that on purpose. You can't compare that to those who resist and defend themselves with weapons that look primitive in comparison. If we had their capabilities to launch precision missiles that targeted military targets, we wouldn't have used the rockets that we did. Does the world expect us to be well-behaved victims while we are getting killed? For us to be slaughtered without making a noise? That's impossible.
The bombs have stopped falling in Gaza, but for people like Abu Sabhi, the crisis isn't over. His wife's condition is deteriorating, but with time running out, they receive good news.
We've just received the news that Diana has been given permission to leave Gaza, to go to Ramallah and receive urgent care, and her family are now just running around trying to sort out the last-minute paperwork.
Yeah, also important context note, Sinwar was born in a refugee camp. He died 60-ish years old. The refugee camp he was born in, Khan Yunis, the very camp that has been attacked in the past year. It's been up for 60 years. Is that normal for a refugee camp? Yeah.
الآن 3 إسعافات بتنزل إيرس ومن إيرس من جبل مستشفى إسعافات مستشفى الهلال راح هو بياخذها من جوا
ودون حدود كذا بطيلة الوقت على انه
They were always saying that they have a bank of targets to strike,
وفي النهاية وقت المعركة
but during the 11 or 12 days of fighting,
لم يكن لديه أهداف
they didn't have any worthwhile targets except for infrastructure, civilians, towers and houses.
والشقق السكنية. فشل
The occupation failed tremendously.
الضرر الذي لحق
The damage to our tunnels wasn't above 5%.
بفضل الله سبحانه وتعالى.
There is a new American administration. There is a new American president. Do you think that this is going to make anything any different here in this region?
She's talking about Joe Biden.
ما من شك بأنه الإدارة
I felt a tangible change from the new administration
ملموس في مواقفها
in its approach to all issues, specifically Palestinian issues. Bro, Yahya Sinwar was a lesser evil voter, dog. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, he's talking about Trump to Biden, chat. He was like, yeah, I'm riding with Biden. He seems like more tolerant and not as like crazy and bloodthirsty. In its approach, he's saying the Biden administration is different, especially Palestinian issues. The bias towards Israel is less than what it was in the previous administration. Boy, was he wrong. However, there is still a huge bias in the U.S. administration. Unfortunately, the recent statements from Secretary of State Anthony Blinken over supporting Fatah over Hamas aim to separate us and keep us divided. This is inappropriate behavior. We believe that the required action from the new U.S. administration must be different. All we ask of the U.S., we can read. No, dumbass. There's plenty of people who are listening, or some people can't fucking read because they're watching on mobile. Suck my dick. All we ask of the U.S. administration and the world is to make Israel follow international laws and international resolutions. That's all we want.
When we were in Jerusalem, we were watching.
The fuck is going on? Bro, every goddamn day I'm fucking every damn day there's gotta be a new goddamn thing, dude. Holy shit. Every day, brother. Every day. Every day. Luckily, it happened at 6 p.m. today. It's not even, this time it's internet related. My internet is cutting in and out, and I don't know why. It's fine, too, on my end. Like, this time it's not even directly my internet. Like, my internet is fine. I have 36.9 megabits per second upload. Okay, no. It's not even Spectrum. This is a Twitch server side issue. No, this is a Twitch server side issue. This is not my fault. My Spectrum internet is fine. I'm looking at it right now. I'm monitoring my upload speed. I'm looking at my upload speed, and it is pretty fucking good. On the other hand, however, I keep dropping frames to 0 for seemingly no reason. It goes down to 0 on my OBS. It is dropping a shit ton of frames. I don't know what to do, but my internet is consistently high. Go into the settings and use a new server. It's been happening to a lot of streamers. I can't change servers midway through the stream, chatter. Yeah, you can't swap servers. Other streamers are fucking up for me too. It's patchy for now. Hold on. 36 upload is pretty low. Dude, what are you talking about? I need 6,000 bit rate. I need 6,000 max. I need 6 megabits, maybe a little bit higher than that. You're wrong.
Puede que liberar a mi otro yo de este infierno en vida sea un acto de compasión. Me duele ver en ruinas esta ciudad.
Really should do that Intel CPU BIOS and microcode update, brother. It's not. It might be a Twitch related thing. I have full-blown internet. And on my internet, I'm looking at my fucking upload. It is consistent. Man, this shit is so fucking annoying. It's more annoying when my internet doesn't actually go out, so I can see all of the chatters be like, nah, dog, you're wrong. Everything that you're seeing is incorrect. It's like, how are you gonna tell me that things that I am literally monitoring on my end that you have no access to? Do what you did yesterday and buy a new one? No. Yeah, I think the new Windows update fucked everything. But I don't know if this is the 2H24 or 24H2 update fucked everything up. But I do think this is a Twitch-wide issue and not like, I think this is a Twitch-wide issue and not necessarily an issue on my end. Even though, no, it's not a DDoS.
Watching the war happening, we were watching Gaza being bombarded, and then the IDF, they tweeted on the internet, they said, we're attacking Gaza from the ground. And then there were rumors of a briefing that journalists were told that there was a ground invasion. And as a result of that, we heard that Hamas was tricked into going inside tunnels, and then they were bombed by Israel, and you suffered a lot of losses. Is this true that this happened?
The military operation that Israeli Defense Forces Chief of Staff Aviv Kochavi planned for and was deceptive and blatantly lied about with the Israeli army to the global media. Wait a minute. Israel lied about its military operation? That's crazy. Stop. With these claiming that there was a ground invasion to lure our fighters into the tunnels so they can bomb them from the air to suffocate them within those tunnels. The Izz al-Din al-Qassam Brigade's intelligence department discovered that their deception from the first moment, and all our fighters were stopped from going into the tunnels on the front lines, and all of our troops who already were there were ordered to withdraw, and the occupation's planes, which had concussive bombs designed to destroy tunnels, those bombs fell on empty tunnels and areas, and not a single fighter was killed. This proves the absolute failure of that army and how its efforts are futile. Israel tried to use the media and committed a major moral crime by manipulating and exploiting them during the war, instead of mobilizing actual troops. And I want to take this opportunity to remember the racist murder of George Floyd.
Es una garcha, boludo.
George Floyd was killed
En vez de darme la plata, me da
as a result of a racist ideology held by some people.
Tengo que sacar de... No, man.
The same type of racism that killed George Floyd is being used by Israel
No, ¿qué me dio 1600 ahí?
in Jerusalem, in the Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood, and in the West Bank, and by burning children, and against the Gaza Strip through siege, murder, and starvation. The entire free world must put an end to those crimes. Yeah, that was the famous interview where he talks about George Floyd and says that it's white supremacy through and through, and it's the same kind of white supremacist attitude. So, still effing, no idea what to do. I don't know. I don't know why it's still effing for you. It shouldn't. I saw some people on Our World News saying, I can't believe Sinmar wears suits like U.S. businessmen. They wanted to be Westerners so bad. The West is so brainwashed, dude. Like, they can't fathom that these are just people. Yeah, that is, like, horrifyingly racist. That is straight up so unimaginably racist, dude. I can't believe they wear fucking clothes like Westerners because they want to be just like Westerners. Is an incredibly racist thing to say. And also, identically, it is in line with exactly what Yahya Sinmar was saying in that interview. White supremacy through and through. It's white supremacy through and through. Famously, Ronald Reagan, in a conversation with old tricky dick Richard Nixon in wiretapped phone calls, famously once said the same exact thing about African diplomats. This is why I said it's like ridiculous that, it's ridiculous when people are on TikTok are like, Palestinians don't ever, they never cared about like black struggle or whatever the fuck. Not that it's like supposed to be transactional anyway. Anyway, Hamas is killing Yahya Sinmar from Jeremy. Israel believes that killing our leaders means the end of our movement and struggle of the Palestinian people. They can believe what they want. This is not the first time they said that. They repeated the same statements when they killed Sheikh Yassin, Dr. Rantizi, and Commander Shahadeh, the first chief of Al-Qassam brigades. But Hamas each time became stronger and more popular, and these leaders became an icon for future generations to continue the journey towards a free Palestine.
¿Qué sabe? ¿Qué te dijo la mina?
Este tipo no para de hablar mal de mí para que me agrega.
Ah. ¿Y qué le molesta eso a ella? Pero que el chabón que hable lo que quiera, man. Chabón que hable lo que quiera, boludo, si el chabón no está con vos, boludo. ¿Por qué afectaría? ¿Te afectaría?
No sé. Ella la agarra conmigo, no sé. Bueno, no sé.
Ah, ella. Claro. Claro, ni siquiera vos tenés que estar integrando, man. Che, no, qué locura, bro. Qué locura que te mamen así, man. Sí, pero porque... Estos dos... O sea, no es la mina, no es solamente la mina, sino... No es solamente también el chabón, ¿me entendés? Como que son los dos. Porque ¿qué mierda ella te tiene que estar haciendo... Se puede dar cuenta que a vos no te gusta eso, boludo, y no lo hagas. Sí, boludo, ¿querés subir?
No, no sé.
A ver,
Encerrado no quiero estar.
¿qué querés hacer, boludo? ¿Querés salir? Espera que, a ver. Ahí bajo, man.
No, tranquilo, yo espera. No te preocupes, amigo. No quiero.
Te acompaño, boludo, si querés, man. Vamos, boludo. Le pongo en pausa esto. Si quieres lograr, boludo, te el hombro, bro. No sé, culiao, te pones loco la cabeza, man. O sea, anoche te lo cogiste, todo bien, culiao, y... ¿Qué ahora qué problema qué tiene, man?
It's honestly crazy that they released that video. Now let me tell you, aren't you glad that they did? Do you feel like that is not instructive or informative? You don't have to agree with Yahya Sinwar. You don't have to agree with Hamas. You don't have to agree with their methods. But it is always very important.
Qué loca, boludo. Porque son así, boludo. Ahí abajo. ¿Qué te dice, brother?
Nada, que podemos estar tranquilos, que...
Pero a ver, léeme lo que te dice, man. O sea, o más o menos así, tipo...
Me dices...
¿Que no podemos estar juntos?
Me está diciendo no, que el tipo fue con el hermano y el hermano fue y le dijo a ella que tuviera pilas conmigo, que no volviera conmigo.
Bien. El hermano de ella. Sí. De Jimena. ¿Y por qué te que el hermano era amigo del... ¿quién? ¿Del ex? ¿Amigo del ex?
Seguramente.
Ay, bro, ¿qué pasa a esta gente, man? Es un asco, brother. Métele hermano, culiado.
You just compared people that are victims of a genocide to people who conducted a genocide. Like a really fucking horrifying genocide that doesn't get much coverage in the Western world, nor does it get any coverage at all, as a matter of fact. Genocide that the government, the modern government of Japan, still pretty much doesn't recognize it, that it even existed.
Full suffering of many innocent Palestinians. What we know is that this war must end. This war has to end. This moment gives us an opportunity to finally end.
Yes, I know it's like effing. Just put it in low latency mode and let it fucking ride, chat. You know it, okay? There's not much I can do about it. I don't know what to do. Oh.
End the war in Gaza. She would say, and said this week,
at Bet365, we believe every moment should be never ordinary. And every now and then, let's take a break. Make the most of the moments without us, so you can enjoy the moments with us.
When you play safe with Bet365.
Let's do it. Let's push it. From the dawn of time, it's always been Tyson.
Of course they're gonna fucking say that. What are we doing, man? What a weird situation.
Not obviously a significant sample size, but I cannot find one Arab American within my social circle in business or personally who have said that they will vote for Kamala Harris. When you look at the polling, it seems sort of neck and neck. What they are saying, and this is not a Donald Trump campaign line.
Please restart. Little bro is unwatchable. Dude, you're so fucking stupid. I'm 6 hours into the stream. If you think I'm gonna restart, you're delusional. I'm either gonna just end the stream now or I'm gonna continue and it's gonna end. You have one option. Do you want me to continue coverage, hoping that it goes away, the minor Fs go away, or do you want me to fucking end the broadcast now? Because I can end the broadcast now. Here's what you can do. End the broadcast on your end by fucking clicking escape. You know, clicking the X on the corner of your screen, right?
That Tiffany Trump's father-in-law, who's a Lebanese businessman, has been successful in kind of converting and talking to people to explain why Trump would be better, even with a Muslim ban, even with everything else that has happened. They feel they do not have any political clout. They don't have any political operation. The only political power they have is their vote, even if it means the rise of Donald Trump.
That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. I mean, and that part, I mean, we were hearing about the inroads that Tiffany Trump's husband was making in the spring when the uncommitted, uninstructed movement in a couple of states in Wisconsin and Michigan was such a big deal. I mean, 48,000 votes for uninstructed in Wisconsin. That's more than twice Joe Biden's margin in 2020. In Michigan, 101,000 uncommitted votes. That's just shy of what Joe Biden won that state by. I mean, this is important and could be decisive.
And there's 200,000 Muslims in Georgia that no one talks about, too. And in the CARE poll that came out several months ago, Kamala Harris was in third place among Muslims in several of those states, behind both Donald Trump and Jill Stein. So there is...
You got crazy parent energy right now? Bro, I think a lot of y'all are fucking delaying his shit. And no, I'm not. I'm just being reasonable. Like, why would I fucking restart the stream at this point? What are you talking about? Also, restarting the stream is not going to actually end up guaranteeing that the bandwidth is better. Just go on low latency mode and let it ride. And it's back now. Anyway, it's no longer dropping. I'm not kidding when I say I feel like they're having this conversation because they're saying they're going to vote for Trump. I swear to God, the media is only conditioned into one fucking speed, and that is, how can we talk about Trump supporters and Trump voters? I swear to God, I feel like the only reason why they're talking about this is because, like, now Arab voters are like, oh, I'm going to vote for Trump, actually. That's it, bro. One speed. These guys, both in the Democratic Party and in the media, only care when you're like, I'm a Trump supporter. I'm a lifelong Trump supporter. I love Donald Trump. Here's how you can win my vote. If you package everything with that statement in mind, you're going to get tremendous results.
This position that she's in. But she also said, by the way, in clips, that they shouldn't go to Rafah. And she said that she would put something on the table against Bibi Netanyahu's government if they did go into Rafah. And now she's taking it.
Yeah, what is it? What did she put on the table? Nothing. This is what she put on the table.
Big credit that they killed the terrorists in Rafah. It is a little bit of a flip-flop moment for her in a very fast time, considering how frequently she flip-flops.
And we're talking about also what Joe Biden's position was. He was the one who created that red line about Rafah, which Israel completely ignored. But one interesting thing, I mean, I noted Trump didn't address this today at all.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to, honestly. I mean,
don't you think it's a huge? I mean,
no, it is a big moment. But if I'm looking at it with a political lens, I'm listening to everything you just stated, and if my daughter is sending her father-in-law out to these consequential places and they're talking to that particular community, I'm going to allow that to exist. I'm going to focus on other things. I recognize the liabilities for the vice president. They're the same liabilities for Joe Biden. There may even be potentially worse for the vice president, because I think the expectation was because she's younger and also of color, there would be some sort of shared understanding with the Arab American community, and there isn't. So that's a huge problem for her.
And I think it's the forgotten that you talk about. This is a community that isn't often followed very closely. They've typically in the past 2 decades voted Democratic. And to have these people say this, and keep in mind, when you look at this, and people are viewing in the Arab world, 60% of the Arab world is under the age of 30. They are coming of age with this war. It doesn't matter whether they're Lebanese or from Saudi Arabia or Jordan. They feel very strongly that this needs to end. And when you talk to them about what direction we should go in with the White House, they don't believe that Kamala Harris is offering a change.
Well, they also, there's a particular concentration in Michigan that affords its own power of swaying, not quite like Cubans in Florida, but that same point. And that's why it's been a little surprising to me that the Democrats have not approached this much differently, because if you want to try to win this without Michigan, go ahead and do it. I just would not make that my strategy. And it felt like they basically putted it.
I mean, they're in a tough spot because there is U.S. policy, which is staunchly behind Israel. There is also a pretty sizable contingent of Jewish Democrats for whom this is also a huge issue. So she's trying to be right there in the middle, and that's not what Arab American voters and Muslim voters want to hear. They don't want a down-the-middle response to this.
Yeah, I think it's a tough position to be in, because I think that she's the current VP of a president that has a policy that she needs to be respecting and behind, and she's a current candidate, which rarely happens the way we're doing it like this. And so what, if I may ask you, what does the Arab community want to hear from her? They want to say she's going to do what that she could do without stepping out of bounds?
I think it is the loss of life over and over again. The fact that this many people can die and nothing be done about it.
That's so crazy. They're talking about this. Do they not have any fucking Arabs on this panel? What is going on? Why is it? I just realized, there's not a single fucking Arab on the panel. God damn it, dude. There's not. Is there a Muslim on the panel? Is there a Palestinian on the panel? What a weird fucking conversation, dude. Yeah, let's ask a bunch of random fucking people on to just speculate about why weird Arabs are making such strange decisions.
About it, and they feel that they don't have a voice and ability to advocate for what they believe should be an end to this. And simply calling for an end is not enough for this community.
Vice President, thank you.
Yeah, I wonder why, dude. I wonder why. We didn't even get to do the fucking... Oh, it's official, okay? Trump is literally doing more media shit. Trump is doing media shit at an alarming rate. So much that I don't have time to cover any of it. I don't even have time for President David. I just don't have time. This fucking sucks, dude. It's crazy. I'm pushing it again. One more day. Show this quick Trump gem from this morning. This.
They will never be accused of anything. It's interesting. I was so amazed that Harvey Weinstein got schlonged. He got hit as hard as you can get hit because he was sort of the king of the world, right? And yet he got hit. And I figured that maybe he wouldn't get hit so hard. But boy, did he get hit. You don't know him well.
I've never heard him use that term. Why did he say that? That's weird. Schlonged? What the fuck? Are you alright, man? What the fuck's going on?
Well, I don't know him well, but I watched that. And it was amazing. So when they do get hit, they get hit. But that's the only one I can think of. Normally they protect everything. What they did with Adams, I think, is very suspect.
How did you bring that up, Dennis?
Well, but Democrats don't have to be on.
My favorite is like Eric Adams is actually the king of anti-woke, and that's why they came after him. Dude, his position is identical to the overarching Democratic Party point of view. What, like on immigrants, he says immigrants constitute a criminal threat. Okay, so do the rest of the Democrats. He's like, oh, I wanna do everything I can to stop the terrorism on college campuses that are in the pocket of Hamas. Okay, so does like virtually every other Democrat. Why do they fucking act like Eric Adams being pro-Israel and anti-migrant is the reason why the Democratic Party came after him? He used it before in a tweet. When I said Hillary Clinton got schlonged by Obama, it meant got beaten badly. The media knows this. Often used word in politics. Thank you. I thought it was a Trump. I thought it was a preeminent Trump stand. Turns out there's still parts of Donald Trump that I haven't learned. Dear Donald Trump, here's the best definition of schlonged we could find. By Matt Miller. Is this the Matt Miller? No, that's a common name. Wait. On Esquire? He wrote about it on Esquire originally. It's not, right? It's just a different Matt Miller in 2015. Oh, this is the guy. Okay. That would have been really funny. They were like, we loved your article about Trump's penis. So, we want you to work for the State Department. Careful, your Chatterino showing pics now? I know. I made it. I made it so it shows me thumbos. Trump's next big podcast was with The Undertaker.
Choice is yours. Go with President Trump, Kane, Undertaker, or you can take Kamala Harris, Dave Bautista, and Tim Walz. Choose wise.
Wait, why the fuck did Dave Bautista get shit on? Does The Undertaker not like Dave Bautista? He's woke now? I've said it once, I've said it before, he knows his MAGA base well.
Early voting is underway, so get everyone you know and go out and vote. Go tomorrow, it's just starting. Go and vote. Make sure you vote and bring all our friends that want to vote for us. Tell them, Jill, get your fat husband off the couch. Get that fat pig off the couch. Tell him to go and vote for Trump. He's going to save our country. Get that guy the hell off our... Get him up, Jill. Slap him around. Get him up. Get him.
That's amazing. Dave Bautista did a Jimmy Kimmel skit against Trump. Yeah, I don't care, man. I haven't seen it, and I really don't give a shit. Oh my God, everyone is linking it to me. I don't care. Oh.
Donald Trump has ever done is divided this country. America will only be great if you vote for me, and that's bullshit. It's not making America great. It's making Donald Trump great. Vote for me so I can pardon myself, do anything I want, and get away with it. I'm just a regular guy. But when I look up the definition of narcissist, this is who people.
God, there's like something so fucking lame about these kinds of videos. I don't know. Like, when I look at the definition of narcissist on the dictionary, I see Donald Trump.
Fellas, we gotta talk. A lot of men seem to think that Donald Trump is some kind of tough guy. He's not. I mean, look at him. He wears more makeup than Dolly Parton. He whines like a baby. The guy's afraid of birds. Donald Trump had his daddy play a doctor who said he would feet hurt so he could dodge the draft.
Like, you're literally showing his best moments. Like, he had the opportunity to not fucking go and kill a bunch of Vietnamese rice farmers and, like, nuke them into oblivion with fucking napalm and Agent Orange. Like, I don't care. That was his coolest thing. That's the coolest dang thing he ever did.
Look at that gut. Like a garbage bag full of buttermilk. He sells imaginary baseball cards pretending to be a cowboy fireman. Guy's barely strong enough to hold an umbrella. I mean, look how he drinks water. Like a little pink chicken. He's got jugs. Big ones. Like Dolly Parton. He cheats at golf and creeps around beauty pageant dressing rooms. You know that little dance he does? He looks like he's jacking off a pair of giraffes.
It's not for you. Yeah, the problem is, like, none of this stuff matters. Okay? The reason why I hate Donald Trump is in spite of all this funny shit that he does. Except for the creeping on the girls in fucking, beauty pageants or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I like this stuff. I think this stuff's funny. Yeah, the double dicks up dance move is hilarious. It's awesome. I guess this is just for fucking, this is live reaffirmation. Like, they're not voting for Donald Trump anyway.
He's moody, pouts, throws tantrums.
No, get those lights off!
He acts like a 5-year-old behind the wheel of a truck.
This is, I'm sorry. No, this is a pro-Trump ad, bro. What's next, dude? They're posting his highlights! These are some of his best, dude. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding when I tell you this. Like, these are his W's, brother. These are some of the funniest things he did. Talk about all the misinformation. Like, for me, I'm very resilient to the harm reduction argument, right? I've heard it a million times over. I know it's unsuccessful in terms of drawing out people to, in terms of creating support. But there is one thing that I fucking despise in my heart, in all my heart, beyond all the policies that are genuinely destructive for American society, genuinely destructive for the working class in the United States of America, all of the shit that he champions, right? Hating your fucking neighbor, white nativist, anti-immigrant sentiment, white supremacist sentiment in general, hyping up all the fucking worst monsters. But the thing that I cannot fucking stand Like, I cannot, oh my God. The thing that I can't stand is that I am reminded, especially recently, because Trump is more prominent now and he's like in the media more often, is his goddamn annoying fucking fans, dude. Like, the worst, the absolute dumbest people, the dumbest fucking idiots that you have ever encountered in your entire life, that are just so angry, so entitled, so arrogant in their fucking stupidity, constantly never shutting the fuck up, just yapping in your goddamn fucking face about this shit that they objectively do not understand. Like, yeah, brother, you don't understand, you fucking libtard pussy. Yeah, it's weather machines that Jews control and invented that did the hurricanes. Like, the fuck are you talking about? And it's like, nothing, and I mean nothing, makes me as mad as these fucking dumbass yappers. I swear to God, other Americans must feel like me. Like, there is no way. There is no fucking way. I think that is the best goddamn anti-Trump ad that you can run that is devoid of policy, because the Democrats have been completely captured by right-wing sentiment on all of their policy agenda items already. So if you want to fucking remind people how bad it was when Donald Trump was president, just remind them what Thanksgiving looked like. Remind them what every day looked like. Everywhere you fucking go, someone is yapping in your goddamn fucking ear, just repeating the same donkey dick horse shit that he just fucking made up. Every fucking day, there is nothing. Like, on the policy agenda, he is so unimaginably destructive for America, okay? From tax cuts to the wealthy to deregulation that is so damaging to the fucking environment. All of this stuff is god-awful, okay? But holy fuck, dude. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even fucking kidding. Like, this is honestly what will activate the base, okay? This will, I swear to God. There will be motherfuckers out there who are like, I can't stand this genocide. This is the Kamala cost. I'm not fucking participating in this. Just remind them what the average Trump supporter looked like when this fucking dipshit was the president. Okay? Like, I'm not even, it's a missed opportunity. And I think it was during the Haitians eat cats and dogs saga, okay? I think it was during the Haitians eat cats and dogs saga that I was like reminded of what that shit fucking looked like, dude. Oh my Lord. It was a week of people just like straight up looking at like random black people doing barbecues in their backyard and then being like, see, I found this creep shot or Albanians. That was even funnier. They were like, oh, look at this group of Albanians doing a barbecue in their backyard. That must be black Haitian immigrants who are literally documented migrants, but I'm going to consider them undocumented. They're not even fucking black, but it doesn't matter. I'm stupid. Okay? It's like, that's it. That's it. It's like the QAnon shit. I can't fucking stand it. I can't stand it, dude. I can't fucking stand having all of these goddamn animals in positions of power constantly just straight up fucking lying about like things that you can see with your eyes directly that contradict everything that they're saying. It was Bosnians in the video, I think. Okay, I don't remember. It was some fucking Balkans. Like, they weren't black, is my point. They're so fucking goddamn annoying. They are so arrogant and they're so stupid. Like most conflict